welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Chris Bromley, and we're on the couch, Chris.
Yeah, we are, just like the Channel 7 blokes for the footy.
I feel like we're at Pakenham under lights.
Yeah, well, we've had a few under light meetings of late, haven't we?
Yeah, so we're sitting here in the evening at Manning Tree Park. It's quite mild, and we're waiting for rain.
Yeah, always waiting. Some bloke said to me today, I think it's retired from raining.
Yes, well, I think the good thing is we're one day closer to rain every time we don't get it.
That's correct.
Well, we're going to run back through last week's results, and then we'll cross to the big Peter Morganti live with the upcoming runners, and I'm sure he'll be a bit of entertainment to ATB-TV this week, Chris.
He always does, doesn't he?
Well, we're looking for you to add a bit of spark to this show. I can't be the champion every night, all right? So let's go back through the runners. I'll tell you what, one of our horses that you really like, Silver Stratum, ran a super race at Sandown on last Wednesday when he ran fourth. Brad Rawiller rode him, and he was unlucky, wasn't he?
He was unlucky. It was a huge run. You'd love to see the sectionals. I didn't quite get across them, but he was clearly did the best last 200 of the race, and huge going forward for him, and grander things ahead, I'd say.
I don't know if I'm sitting here with Gator or Richo. But anyway, yeah, look, he's a good horse, and can't wait to see him at Caulfield at his next run. I think he's a promising horse, as does DK Weir.
Yep.
And he might have some idea.
Yeah, he's trained a few good ones.
Yeah, well said. Then on Thursday night, we had the Robbie Griffiths trained My Shiny Choice. Ran second with Ryan Maloney.
Yep.
And you and I were sitting, where were we?
We're at the pub in Scone.
Yeah, in Scone, in the hotel. We were up there looking at stallions last week, and I remember sitting there at 8:20 saying, 10 minutes to the race, and next minute, oh, we missed it.
Yeah,
so
they just served the steak at the wrong time, didn't they?
They did, and the steak was ordinary, but the company was good.
Yeah, thanks, Brash.
Yeah, so look, he was massive, that horse.
Yep.
Robbie Griffiths has got this horse going really good now. It shouldn't be any surprise. He's what is he, a full brother to Luxurious, our Group 3 winner,
Yep.
and gee, he's can't wait to get to 1600.
Yeah, that's right. He's a good stamp of a horse, and he looks like he'll physically looks like he'll be benefited from a bit more distance, but he's doing the job at the slightly shorter trip. He was probably a bit unlucky again on Thursday, and even going forward, Robbie thinks he'll be a better horse for the prep.
You got a bit of time for Robbie Griffiths, haven't you?
He's a good trainer. He's a fantastic person. So you know, he does a very good job. He's very professional. His communication's good. And you know, he gets the results.
Trains winners.
Trains winners.
That's why they're called trainers, because you're supposed to train winners.
Some of them aren't.
Let's keep it simple.
Yeah, some of them don't seem to get that point.
No. Anyway, we can make a big list of them, but we won't. Look, then on Saturday, we had Rockalicious up in Sydney, the Chris Waller trained, 61 kilos Chris from Barrier 11. She runs third, beaten around a length. Massive run.
Massive, and let's hope for bigger, better, and more luck next time.
Huey Bowman rode her a treat, and she'll drop about 8 or 9 kilos in weight next start, and I'm going to make her my get on.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be stupid, I wouldn't have thought, Darren. And Chris Waller's always saying good things about this horse all the way through, so he's another guy with a bit of an idea, I'd say.
Yeah, trains the odd winner.
Yeah, he can do.
Yeah, for a Kiwi. Anyway, look, on the same day we had a disaster in Morfordville. La Passe went across there for the Irwin Stakes, and very disappointing, run last, beaten, I think it was about 5 or 6 lengths. Unfortunately, the track was rock hard, good too, Darren Weir said, and she jarred up badly, and she came back off the truck really sore. It's really disappointing, Chris, you know. The mare, she's a Group 2, model Group 2 winner, she's Group 1 level probably.
Yep.
She goes into work in January, we spend all that time and money getting her right,
yep.
And we turn up and they give us a concrete track. That's not right.
No, there's a few track supervisors around the country who have probably got a little bit to answer for at the moment, I'd say.
Very disappointing, Gator. I mean, Chris, very disappointing. You got more here than Richo, at this stage anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Luke Curry's fault, but yeah, the track was surfed up incredibly bad. Her whole preparation's up in air. You know, we're going to try and get it right now for the Sangster and the Goodwood, or what do? We abandon ship and wait for Brisbane. Anyway, Morfordville, not good enough. How's that?
Oh, correct, I'd say.
I could be stronger. Then Liz and I jumped in the car on Sunday and drove up to Ararat.
Yeah, nice drive, Darren.
Yeah, they call Liz Lucky Lizard Ararat.
Why do they do that?
Because every time she goes, she gets winners.
Well, that's all right.
But it didn't happen.
Didn't happen this time.
No.
Not even a place.
Well, there was a horse there that ran called She's Explosive.
Yeah.
I think she ran 8th, Chris. I think she might have been one you picked out at the sales at Magic Man's.
Yeah, possibly, but some of the ones we've previously spoken about, Darren.
She looks a little bit limited, this filly.
Yeah.
She was off the bridle and chase, and look, she's going to win a maiden over 1,600 or 2,000. I don't know what else to say. She needs to improve 10 lengths.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see if we can win a race with her. Look, she might find another gear or something over 2,000. You can never rule them out. And
Fillies and mares sometimes do that, don't they?
And who's to say she's not a wet tracker?
Well, that's true.
She hasn't seen rain since she's been born.
No.
So anyway, we'll wait and see. But it's not looking that great.
No.
And she's really well bred.
Yeah, she is, by what I see her. And
Yeah, head of a half to a stakes winner and a horse that ran in the Melbourne Plate.
yeah, so, well...
How
it's
come you
always-
got me the slow one?
Well, I got your Silver Strata and Rockalicious and...
Yeah, they've won a couple.
Those as well.
They won a couple. No, it's all right. She might come good. And then later on, we had the Even Money Skewer
Yep.
run out of our good mare Skew-If.
Yep.
And she could only manage 5th. Dean, you got her too far back. You left her with too much to do. And she got to the line good. But I think next start, a little bit more cut in the ground. She'll be half a get on.
Half it each way.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably.
Depends on the odds.
She won't be even money again. They'll ban her now. Anyway, guys, don't panic about her. Her run was good. It was leader dominated. She was left with too much to do. And we all know she can gallop. And it was a month between runs was the other thing. She did have a foot abscess. It was a month between runs. So she might have just been, just that last 50. She might have just not been able to go quick enough, obviously. Righto. Then Monday, we had the big Anzac Day.
Yes.
How was the dawn service?
Didn't quite get there.
Missed it again?
Missed it, yes.
Yeah, I've missed a few.
Yeah.
But I
I've
didn't.
made some, but not this year.
Okay. All right, well, no one went to Maui to watch Galileo's Pearl go around.
That
The
was
Mick
probably,
Kent trained horse.
Yeah, it might be sort of lucky that he didn't, in a way.
I'm not sure if any owners went.
Not sure, but he didn't get the run of the race that he needed, did he?
No, look, Mick thought it'd win over 2,000 in a 58. Jackie Berriman to ride. You know, horses normally run good for her, but despite being asked to go outside the leader, we find ourselves 5 back.
Not ideal for a big free rolling Galileo, is it?
Are we bagging jockeys this week?
Well, we had a go at the track curators, so why not have a go at the riders as well?
Do you think it's just when we don't get a winner for the week?
Must be.
We just bag them?
Couldn't be our fault, could
No.
it?
But look, Jackie, fair income. I know Mick wasn't happy, but anyway. What do I say? Galileo racing in Australia, they don't have a great record. Maybe needs a bit more rain.
Yeah.
And
Knee what went all right in the wet, didn't it?
maybe a real jockey,
Yeah,
like a senior.
potentially.
Maybe he hasn't heard of those people, Mick Kent. B. Rawilla, D. Oliver,
I
Al
think they're at
Nolan.
Flemington, weren't they?
Yeah, maybe. All right, well, we'll move on. Tintaglia, she's been in enormous form, hasn't she?
Amazing.
Didn't you buy her?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Hey, big spender, what do we pay for her?
Well, I think I went on TV and said 10, but I think it was actually only 5.
It was
so
5. 5
so
grand we paid for her.
I'm actually.
And then we paid
done myself
5
a
grand.
disservice.
And then we paid 5 grand to put her in the Magic Millions series. That's where we got the 10 from.
Yeah, well, that's it.
She might go to January
Could do.
over the 1800.
Oh, there's a race there.
Yeah, $1 million.
Yeah.
Imagine that. A 5 grand horse wins $1 million race. Gee, she won 3 in a row and she's been enormous. She's given those guys a lot of fun. Anyway, we put her up in class about 10 grade. Took on Big Memory and all the big stayers that are going around, and she came out, what, 2nd or 3rd favourite, and
Yep,
she only got 54, so we had to get a new jock, which
Yep.
wasn't ideal, and
No.
D done.
Who can be alright on his day.
Yes.
On
that
his day.
Maybe he was up at the dawn service and he was a bit tired.
Must have been.
Because he
everyone
forgot,
else
he
thought
forgot
to
what they said. Get off the fence, Dwayne. And what did he do?
He thought he'd take the short route home.
Yeah, it looked good to about the 300.
It did.
And then she got bogged.
Yeah.
The horse behind her, if you watch the run, the horse behind her, Oliver, was on, come around the corner, and when Dunn went to the quicksand, Oliver forced his way out and went straight down the guts and won.
Yep. And that's a stakes horse, so, there's some sort of form line around that.
Well, I reckon that track probably cost us 3 lengths
Yep.
on the inside.
Yep.
We got beat 5.5, so
Another chance to
probably
pop
should have
the
run.
curator.
Probably should have run 4th.
Probably should have, yeah, definitely. And, Big Memory and the winner, they're
Good
imports,
horses. Yep.
expensive horses that are stakes class.
Yeah, we're not far off it. D, we was a little bit condescending post-race.
Yeah, I think if he has another look at the video, he might change his mind.
Yeah, and I think if we get one of our own riders on that might listen,
Yeah,
might help.
that might help.
All right.
Just hard to find him at the weight though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we'd probably drop her in class now, get her back up to 56 and get Brad back on.
Yeah,
And you can show how good he is.
that's right.
Go the Dragon.
Go.
And then we had Lucky on barefoot, just going around in the last at Melbourne. Now, we need to be a little bit careful here because I see there's a stewards inquiry into a race during the week where they reckon they didn't try. Well, we were trying, but he's going to Audible next week.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and he's never won first up.
No.
He's got no form at Flemington.
No, that's right.
But he goes good at Warrnambool.
He does certainly do that.
And he's supposed to be going better than ever.
Well, fingers crossed for the Bool.
Yeah, looking forward to it next week. Well, they were all our runners. I really do think Rockalicious is the one to follow, and I think if Galileo's Pearl can get a real rider and we get Brad back on Tintaglia, there's a few there that can win.
Yep, just to add to the total for the season.
And we're going to leave it to Big Pete to go through all the upcoming runners.
Yep.
Because we're going to be in Adelaide.
We are.
We're disappearing for a couple of days to have a look at some mares and to have a look at some cornerstone stallions.
Yep, a couple of new ones there.
And if we get out of bed early enough tomorrow, we're going to be in Strathalbyn in time to watch all roads go around.
We will be, so we best go to bed soon.
So a 5 o'clock start, I think, we've worked out.
Yeah.
We're actually taking the truck to Adelaide tomorrow, so it's a big road trip, isn't it?
Yeah, through those Adelaide hills, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I hope the brakes are working. I did fill it up with diesel, so... Anyway, look, that's about it for us here on Tuesday night at Manningtree Park under lights, where the track is definitely a good two. And we'll cross now to you, Pete. Take us through the rest of the program.
Thanks, Darren and Chris. Good little wrap up of our runners from during the week. Some nice efforts there, and obviously some horses we can look forward to producing some good runs over the next fortnight or so. I'm out in the weather. You can probably see the rain. I've just dropped my young bloke off at school and ventured across to the Dunkeld racetrack. So all those kangaroos you could see in the prelim, they're here feasting. A little bit of green pick around, and well, some of the biggest bloody kangaroos I've ever seen. I was a little bit sceptical about walking towards a couple of them. I seemed to have the jukes up and they were ready for a bit of a play. But anyway, they're out there feasting while I'm about to go through just 2 or 3 runners that have run since you guys put together what you did, and obviously the weekend. And we're also going to have a little bit of a bull wrap where I've been able to get hold of Matthew Williams. Not quite so lucky with Darren Weir, but we'll still be able to cover everything that we've got going down at the Bool next week. So this little bit of a pre-live warm-up, this is to get me nice and ready for what will be looking like a bit of wet weather and some cold winds and everything that we normally get to experience down at Warrnambool. It goes hand in hand like Abbott and Costello, Warrnambool and the weather. But it's a fantastic week, and we really look forward to getting down there and hopefully getting amongst the winners for our ATB owners. Just to go back, we had all roads run at Strathalbyn. The boys ventured over there, and look, it was an improved effort to run 4th, but probably we're a little bit disappointed. Jamie Carr gave her a lovely ride, and she just didn't finish off like we expected. So, like I said, an improvement, but just need to just to see her finishing off her races. I think trainer Damien Batters has got another race picked out for that's a maiden Class 1, so it's probably going to be back a little bit easier to what she ran in the other day. So stay tuned there. Later on that night, we had Seismos running the Group 1 Cigaro over at Ascot, and look, all things equal, it was probably disappointing. I know trainer Marco Botti wasn't happy with the way he was ridden. He was probably ridden too aggressively second up, sat outside the speed, set outside some good horses. And look, while he did fade badly late, probably overall just a bit disappointing, but I think Marco's going to drop him back in grade now, and he's pulled up fine. There's nothing wrong with him at all. Just back in grade and try and find a suitable race for him. Thursday, Liz ventured down to Kilmore. We had our approach run. She ran okay for fourth. There was a big delay before that race. A horse played up and one of the jocks had to be attended to. And look, she drew barrier one, and I don't think sitting in the gates for 5 or 6 minutes did her chances any good. She was tardy to begin. And if you have a look at the replay, instead of lobbing, probably she could have lobbed just in behind the leader. She was actually 3 back. The winner was just in front of us. It only had to go around one horse into the straight, and we had to sort of peel off, and she got a little bit lost around the corner and finished fourth. It just took her time to get balanced up. Her best work was the last 100 metres, so we'll probably look forward to her getting out and trip next start. But just from what Johnny Allen's saying, she's very, very new, still very inexperienced, and even weak in the sense that her strength isn't there yet, so a little bit more growing and all that, and she'll be a better horse next prep. But in saying that, there's a chance if we can push her out to 1800 or 2000 that she can win a race this prep before we give her a little break. Looking ahead, Saturday, Silver Stratum and Guest of Honour at Caulfield. Silver Stratum's flying. He was probably unlucky not to win midweek last week. Had a little bit of trouble getting the jockey, but we finally got James Winks. So if we go to that race and he holds that form from Sandown, he's got to be an almighty chance of getting amongst the money there. It is up in grade, we know, but some of the horses that finished just in front of him are well in the market, I think as we are, as an $8 or $9 chance. He should run well. James Winks rides. Obviously, our jockeys of choice like Brad Willa, Harry Coffey are in Adelaide. Brad wouldn't have made the weight anyway. Dean Yendall suspended, and quite a few others just can't make the weight. Winks' horse for Chris Waller, just above us in the form guide, is going to be scratched, so that's where we get James Winks. 4-time Group 1 winner, ridden over 600 winners, so James will be able to do the job there. Guest of Honour, a little bit of rain in the air won't hurt this fella. He was scratched from Adelaide to run in this race at Caulfield. It's a 1400 metre race. Barrett 12, Nick Hall stays on. Look, the weather does hit Caulfield, and him striking a little bit of form, and I think David Hayes has even said to us in some of the pre-races that he is a good each-way chance at good odds. Sunday, we've got Soissons there at Geelong, benchmark 64. She's drawn 17. She more than likely won't run. A little segment later with Matthew Williams, you'll see that she'll be entered for a race on the Thursday. So at this stage, she won't run at Geelong. We also have Roan Chevelle. Didn't appreciate the synthetic at Pakenham. Back on top of the, back to the turf, 1500 metres. Nick Hall also rides. We should see an improved effort from her. Also at Penola, Damien Batters has got already like her over 1700 to be ridden by Ryan Hurdle. A little bit disappointing since the win, but this is her chance to get back amongst the money in what should be, or what looks like, a weak race on paper. The weather won't hurt her too. It's pushing through from South Australia, so any rain, any cut in the track will certainly suit her. That's it for runners up until Sunday. The next segment will be the Bool, and first cut we'll go to Matty Williams. He's potentially got anywhere from 4 to 6 runners for ATB. We've got a lot nominated. Big entries, big nominations, so getting a run for some of these horses may be hard. You're seeing horses with a 62 rating or 61 rating actually missing out on race, getting a run in benchmark 64, so it's tough. There's big noms, there's 60 odd in each race, so a little bit of luck needed there. But anyway, we'll cut across to Matty.
Hi, this is Matthew Williams reporting in from down at Warrnambool as we head into the big 3 days of the Warrnambool Carnival. The first one is Short Espresso. He's come back from a spell. he's a horse that's much better suited to wet ground. So at this stage, we've got him nommed for a 64 1100 on day one of the carnival on the Tuesday. But we're just going to wait and see what the weather does, and if it's not a slow track, he won't take his spot. We'll wait till we get some slow ground for him. But we have been happy with the way he's trialled up, and he's certainly matured and strengthened up again since his last prep. So where he did have quite a good prep last time in. The horse beside him is Soissance. She's actually accepted for a Sunday at Geelong. Drawn barrier 17, so very unlikely that she would run there. We've also got her nommed for Warrnambool on the Thursday of the May Carnival in a 64 1300, but I would say, if the rain does come, she's a bit in the opposite boat to Short Espresso. She likes the firm tracks, so at this stage you'd think if they do get the 10 mil rain, the track would end up pretty choppy by the last day and probably wouldn't suit her, so we'll possibly be looking for somewhere else to go with her. We go around then to the Wednesday of the carnival, and Reigning Media, who's not wanting to play with the camera here at the moment. He'll take his spot in the benchmark 70 over 1,000 metres on Wednesday. Race he won last year. Been really pleased with the way he's trialled up this time. He didn't quite come up for his last prep. We've spelled him and he's come back, and he seems to have really come back well. So his probably big asset is that he's able to handle those wet, shifty tracks, and we'll be hoping that we get the rain for him to make him a really strong winning chance. He's probably not quite as effective on the dry ground, but he's certainly come up well, and I think he's in for a good prep. Hopefully we just get a nice long winter this time, and I'm sure he can be winning a race in town. And the other old boy, Lucky on Barefoot, he's his 5th year this year heading into the carnival, 5 carnivals for him. He's in the open handicap on Thursday over 1,400 metres, a race that he's won last year, and he's previously run 2 seconds in that race. He was first up the other day at Flemington on Anzac Day, and I was wrapped with his run. He had a big weight on a dry track. I thought probably, his lead up to last year's carnival and this year's carnival, where he began in that same race, I thought this year he probably went a touch better. So he looks super. His coach's terrific, and I'm sure he'll be running a really good race. So once again, wants the rain. So hopefully the heavens do open for us up here. They normally do May race week, and he'll certainly be giving them something to catch. Anyway, we hope that most of the owners can get up to the carnival. We've got the big ATB night on the Tuesday, which has been sold out, and it's sure to be a good night. And the carnival always proves to be a big 3 days for us local trainers up here. It's like our spring carnival, and we'll be doing our best to get one of these horses into the winner's stall.
Thanks, Matty. Comprehensive as usual, and good to see the horses all in terrific order. They're all coated up. They might need those coats on for a few more days too, the way the weather's going. Like over the last 3 or 4 weeks, all those horses have trialled up well, so I'm pretty sure Matthew's got them in tip-top order, ready to perform for us next week. As I said, a little bit of trouble getting hold of Darren Weir, busy man as usual, but I did speak to him at the trials on Wednesday at Ballarat. And just to give you a brief rundown on the runners we've got from the Weir stable and how he rates them. Benchmark 64 over 1,700. We have Yogi, a New Zealand purchase, coming over for his first race start. Now he's wound up, ready to perform. Darren Weir wanted to get him to the races, ready to go first up, and he's trialled up nicely. His trial on Tuesday suggested that he's right to go. Brad Rawiller was happy with him, Weary was happy with him. So we get a run there in that 1,700 metre benchmark 64 with Yogi. We may see the Bear streaming down the outside. Also, same day on the Wednesday, Stringer Bell in a benchmark 70, 1,400 metre 3-year-old Super Vobis. This horse is flying. He's come back a different horse. This prep, he won first up at Donald, dead eater for second, and then was relegated to third at Terang. And then he's run, and a big tick for the ride. John Allen at Cranbourne was fantastic, and he did a good job to win there. He goes into this race with a good chance, and Darren Weir said exactly the same. He can draw a gate and be in it. It'll be a tough race, benchmark 70. There'll be a bit of depth in the race, but the horse is in terrific form, and Weir expects him to run well. Just going back, Tuesday we don't have any runners from the Weir stable. Thursday we'll start with the Cup for Largo. What's coming out of the sky is going to suit this bloke down to the ground. I'm not too sure of riders just as yet. Obviously Weir is probably going to have 2 or 3 in the Cup, but we'll know more on Tuesday when they come out. But look, he ran terrifically well to win the Yarra Valley Cup. That was a tough effort, 3 wide the trip. He then backed up in the Mornington Cup, probably should have ran 3rd there, had no luck. He's gone to Terang, had no luck again, I think he ran 7th, probably a length and a bit from 3rd horse. Probably should have clearly run 2nd with any luck in the straight. The horse is flying. He's going to love this bit of rain that's floating around. We get him into the Cup, and he should be a super each way chance at good odds on Thursday. 2 other runners that have been nominated for the benchmark 64 are Shiny Lass and High Largo. Just with High Largo, where he's thinking it might be struggling to get a run there, just down in the, I think she's a 61 and a 64, so getting a run might be tough. Shiny Lass will be no worry. She's a 66 rider. Being a mare, she'll get a 2 kilo allowance. She'll come in with 59. If any horse is going to enjoy the rain, this is one, Shiny Lass. Obviously, she's had a few little niggly problems through the preparation. We sort of seem to get a run out of her, and then there'll be whether it's a foot abscess or a knock on the knee has been the case this time. But look, she's obviously just a horse that finds a little bit of trouble in terms of injuries or little knocks, but she's been nominated. Weary's happy with her. She keeps ticking the boxes like she has the last couple of days. There'll be no worries about it getting her to the races, and like I said, the weather's going to absolutely be perfect for her. That's it, guys. There's not much more. I'm getting wet here, so we'll sign off. Just adding the rock star of racing celebrity dinner on the Tuesday night, fully sold out, so we look forward to seeing everyone that's booked tickets there on that night. It'll be a great way to get into the race week. Obviously we'll have the race day on the Tuesday prior to that, but we'll get out there, enjoy all the celebrities that Mark Scaife has put together. He's done a wonderful job. We went to the Derby Eve one last October and it was fantastic, so just on the back of that, we'll know this night will be great as well. Apart from that, if you've got a runner coming up over the weekend, good luck. If you've got runners and you're coming down to the Bool, best of luck there as well. We look forward to catching up with you. That's it for me. I'm going to jump back in the car, put the heater on, head home, get a coffee. Pretty sure Beck will have breakfast ready for me, and sign off until the weekend. And for all you Silver Stratum people out there, good luck, and catch us all next week.
Lord of the song, oh, this is the Bool. Go hard or go home, all right. Palmiro, Chaparro's coming at 100 miles an hour. Chaparro for the Grand Annual. Chaparro for Paddy Payne. He wins the Grand Annual length on Palmiro, had it won everywhere. 12 to Lord of the Song. 3rd, King Triton. 4th, then Via Savoia, followed by Rangatira. And it's the truth. It is the truth. The Bool's a great place.